Alright, so in this video we're going to look at how to expand on the random first name and random phone number and give the users the option to select that or unselect it. So the first thing we need to do here is create a new area to put in any kind of user options we want to add to our bots. So we'll go ahead and we'll add a new tab here. We'll just go to tab control. Down here it says tab pages, click on that and add a new tab page. Put that new tab page as the first tab page and set the text to options. There we go. So now we have an options area, and we can colorize this whole thing so it matches the rest of the application here. We'll just go here, back color, make it the gray, which is the control. So control, boom, there we go. The color's fine, I guess. Alright, so in here we'll want to add in our options. Well, what options do we want? For starters, we'll add in a checkbox for random first name, checkbox for random last name, and a checkbox for random phone number. So just look for your checkbox here. I mean, you can design this differently. You can put this right next to the actual first name, last name, etc. But just copy that, paste it. Okay, and then random phone. Then we'll name these to correspond with what we're doing. For this, I usually use just check instead of CB because that could get confused with combo box. So we'll do check first, random first, check random last, and check random phone. Simple enough. We won't have to worry about the actual check event of each one of these. We just want to go into the code here and take a look at where we're setting the first name, and we can do if check random first dot checked equals true. We'll get a first name if check random last dot text dot checked equals true to be last name dot text equals, we'll use that name's value again, and this time we'll choose get last name, and then if check random phone dot checked equals true, we'll go ahead and get that random phone number from this right here. Now you've given the user some options as to whether or not they want to have a random first, last, or phone number. Another option may be that you want to give them the option if they want to use proxies or not. In this case, we need proxies because after somebody submits using the IP, it'll give you the already entered error message. But for the sake of completion, we'll add it in here. You don't want to select it though, because the bot won't work without it. But use proxies. Check use proxies. And then we'll look at where we're actually getting the proxy information. And we'll move our proxy IP and our proxy port outside of this area here. And once we have that, it's as simple as doing if check proxy dot checked equals true, then do everything inside of this bracket. And so now what's happened is we set the string of proxy IP and the string of proxy port to just nothing, an empty string, and then we check to see if use proxy is checked. If it is checked, we're going to go ahead and look at the proxy list, grab the first one in the list, split it up like we were before, recreate the proxy list text box with the new proxy list after we remove the one we just used, and then set the proxy IP and proxy port to those values. And away it goes. So after we get to submit entry, down here, here it is. We'll check to make sure that the proxy IP and proxy port are empty. If they are empty, we skip over all this and don't use a proxy. If they are filled, then we'll do this section here and use a proxy IP. So let's go ahead and give it a shot now and see what happens.
Whoa, made me call once and still 2 on the floor.
Alright, so we'll choose random first, random last, random phone number. At this point, all we need to enter in is the zip code and the area code. There we go. Take our proxy list, add it. Take our email list, add it. And we'll start off not using proxies. This is already entered, so now that we're basically hit the max IP for the day, we'll see that we can switch right over to proxies and continue on. And of course I haven't grabbed a new proxy list in a couple days, so a lot of these don't work. Just a little word of the wise too, if you get proxies that have the port of 80, chances are that proxy will not work with an HTTPS promo, because port 80 doesn't typically support secure protocols. Go 8080 should work. Stop the bot. As you see, it worked. You can turn proxies on and off as you choose, and the reason why you can turn it off on the fly is because we're actually looking at that value inside of the for each loop. If we were to set this up outside, then of course it wouldn't work because it'd only check out once before you start the bot. And that's pretty much it for adding in some user options for random information. Thanks.